Hey, so I'm here with Joni Brewer. And Joni, how are you today?
I am doing great, Jason. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And invited to have you on. We did a bit of a survey recently for the folks who were already inside of hypnotic business systems. You had some interesting things to share. Before we get into some of the changes you've noticed in your business as a result of that, could you briefly introduce yourself for those that don't know you?
My name is Joni Brewer. I'm with Brewer Hypnosis in Salem, Oregon. We're still on that lockdown for the COVID, but I'm doing business all over the place now, which is really fun. I'm very excited about really expanding that part of my work. And thank you to you that I'm able to do that, and I'm learning how. So
Awesome. Yeah,
cool.
which I'd say my sort of prediction on things, and this will date the video, of course, that we're recording in May of 2020, a couple of months into everything with coronavirus. And my sort of prediction as to what we're going to see in the market over the next couple of years is that in the short while, we're going to see live services rapidly coming back. But at the same time, we have proven the market viability of working online. So you mentioned working with people all over. Could you give a little bit of detail on that?
Um, I have a woman that I'm working with in Chicago, somebody else that's over in the UK, somebody down in California, and then just local people that it's easier. They don't even want to come into the office. Thank you very much. It's just easier for them to stay at home because they're busy.
Right. Remind me again, where specifically in Oregon are you?
Salem.
Salem, which that's a little bit, maybe a half an hour outside of Portland.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
about an hour from Portland, an hour from the coast, an hour from the mountains.
that's right. I think we bonded over that earlier. I spent a summer for like 2 weeks in Beaverton,
Oh,
in a
nice.
very
Yeah.
specific area. So what has been helpful in terms of reaching out and really expanding the knowledge of the work that you do as a hypnotist?
As far as
As far as
what
promotion, as terms of marketing, what's been effective? What's been working for you?
Um, you know, that 500K phone call has
Yeah.
been really amazing. I absolutely love that. And I know that you said you were going to be redoing that. That's one of the things that I really enjoy about what you do is you're always testing things. You're always testing and then you bring it to us. You go, "Yep, this one's working. Let's bring it to everybody." And you'll tell us what's not working, but you don't go into a whole lot of detail because we don't need to know, right? So I'm looking forward to the new 500K, but that has been amazing. I think that since I've started using that, I've only had one person that didn't convert.
Oh,
It's,
wow.
yeah, it's that good.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, which to give the side note as to what that is inside of hypnotic business systems, I recognized that there was a bit of an outline to how I was taking that incoming phone call from a potential client. And the whole premise of this is only asking for the sale, basically, once I knew they were already sold on the process. And at the time that I published it, which is I think back to 2013, we called it the 500K phone process because there were some people out there saying you can't make a living just seeing individual clients. And because of that is why I called it the 500K phone process, because at that point I could track it. Again, we opened up Virginia Hypnosis in November of 2009. I could track that I had generated more than $500,000 in individual client income just because of that phone process, which again, it goes back to 2013. We need a fancy name for the new one, but there's some nuances to it where you're again guiding the person through the call. Were you doing calls with clients before coming
I
into
was
place and with that? How was that going back then?
not as well,
Yeah.
not as well. Um, and the people that I was getting, they weren't as qualified. I suppose I should say that the 500K, I haven't closed everybody. I've
Hmm.
gotten rid of some people that I didn't need,
Nice.
that they weren't ready for what it was that we wanted to do. They weren't ready to make that change. So I
Mhm.
think that's been the other really great thing is that the people that I close, they're ready. They're
Right.
ready to make that change. So that's been really cool.
Yeah. Which we're about to record something on preventing burnout in our businesses. And what you just highlighted there is, I think, the biggest thing in terms of making sure we're designing our businesses in such a way that we're really working with those people who are ready to make the change, ready to follow our instructions, and ready to pay appropriately for our services, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and I love what you talk about frequently is the payment. And there's this whole thing, oh my goodness, we've got 20%. unemployment, which is really scary and very sad. But that means that there's 80% of people that are still employed.
Hmm.
And a lot of those people are still having those higher level jobs, and they can afford us, which also then allows us, if we want to do some other things for people that can't.
Yeah.
So, whatever freebies we want to give away, it allows us to do that because the other people are able to still afford us.
Right. Well, let's talk about that for a couple of moments of this mindset shift of we're not just a hypnosis business offering hypnotic services, but if we shift it to the mindset that we are a media company, that it's then drawing in the ideal people, but then also publishing content. So what are some examples of things you've been sharing or publishing in recent months?
Well, I'll tell you, that is really not my strong point.
Yeah.
So I put on YouTube a bunch of a lot of Melissa Tears things,
Hmm.
the EFT and the breathing, the peripheral vision. I did a whole YouTube series with that. And I send people that direction. I did a few things on Facebook, like here, let's calm, let's breathe, let's enjoy the sunset, whatever it was. But that's not my strong point, and I'm really looking forward. I actually have it on my screen on that computer right there. It says Facebook stuff, and it's like it's your Facebook stuff. I'm going to go watch those videos today.
Oh,
So,
awesome. Yeah, which
yeah.
this is that nice benefit that it's a lifetime access offer. You're able to hop in and see all the new stuff that's coming your way as well. There's something you mentioned when you responded to the survey around your clients' comment that they like seeing you in the videos on your website.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they really appreciate, and I did that a couple years ago because of what you'd said. Make sure you get some videos up there. Of course, I don't like the videos now because it's been a couple of years. I'm going to be remaking those videos, and I'm looking forward to putting that on there. But I think you're absolutely spot on that they get to meet me before they meet me.
Mhm.
And so I am planning on making more videos in order to make that happen.
This is one of the biggest things I tend to find that people find is that breakthrough as they rethink their hypnosis business. That you look at most people's businesses that are out there, even beyond our services, and there's barely a photo of them, and there's definitely not a video of them. So we're asking someone to do something that they've never really done before, to do hypnosis, and the fact that they get to meet you. I'd even encourage, take a look back at some of those videos because there's many of mine that are online where they're now 5, 6 years old, if not 40 pounds heavier. And the fact that people can see that range, people can see a style shift, and they're responding to your story and they want you to be part of their story now, as opposed to how most other people think about the business around either race to the highest price or even worse, race to the lowest price. And instead putting yourself out there. So now they're calling and interacting with you, and you nailed the phrasing of they get to meet you before they even come into your office or connect with you on Zoom, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the things I really appreciate about your program is that you walk us through how to make those videos, along with here's the camera, here's the microphone, here's the ring light. I mean, everything that you need, you've got it there for us. So it makes it really super simple to make
Well, it's
those
that whole
videos.
mindset that, again, frameworks equal freedom. That to tell someone go off and shoot videos, this sounds really simple, but then suddenly we realize, you know what, the resolution's not good. Well, should I get this or should I get that? Then what about this? Oh, wait, lighting, and to have just this shopping list at times of going, and this is something we need to add into business systems, actually, it's going to be there in the next week, which is I found the camera that I just go, if I was getting started, I'd buy this one. And just
Oh,
there, we're done. We actually put out for free on YouTube. We'll link to it if you see this below on YouTube, my entire studio. So again, it's the whole what's working now mentality where there are people I keep seeing videos from and they've got the same mic and the same arm of publishing exactly what's working right now. So if you had to kind of give an overview as to where the business was before to then where things are now as a result of going through hypnotic business systems, how would you characterize that?
before I was seeing people that weren't quite ready, and it was really frustrating for both of us. I gave money back because people were really upset, and it's like it's not worth it to me to have that frustration and all of that energy. And so it's just like you can have your money back, and that doesn't happen now.
Nice.
I've got systems in place. I've got my policy in place. Everybody understands what my policy is, and they've had to go through part of that velvet rope strategy, right? I've got all of that online, and for where I am with my business, which I also appreciate because you have the various different levels. And so now I'm getting the people that are a good fit, and we do great work together, and it's really fun.
Awesome. So great. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
I don't think so, other than to say thank you very much. I really appreciate everything that you've done for us.
Oh, thank you. It's fun as well because it's something to show this mindset that, again, as the work is actually being done. I'm standing here in my Virginia hypnosis office where later today I've got more appointments rolling in, and to continue to test it within the community where also I'm learning from all of you too. So thanks for being a part of it.
Oh, yeah. And I have to say, the Facebook group is amazing. Those people there are super. It's a great place to bounce ideas and to get information.